Day one, waking up in Germany after losing our home in LA. Me and my kids moved out of place, put our stuff in storage, or most of it in the trash, but some of it in the storage, and we don't have a home.
Some of these women helped build hip-hop, some became reality TV stars, and some were once worth millions. But behind the fame, several of them faced financial struggles, housing problems, and heartbreaking setbacks that most fans never saw coming. Today, we're looking at 5 women connected to hip-hop whose lives took shocking turns after the spotlight faded. Let's get into it. Lil Kim. Lil Kim changed female rap forever. From classics like Crush on You to becoming one of the biggest stars of the bad boy era, she built a legacy that inspired generations of women in hip-hop, but success didn't protect her from financial hardship. Long before the fame, Kim experienced homelessness as a child after leaving an abusive home with her mother. Later, as a teenager, she was forced to rely on friends after being kicked out by her father, even after becoming a superstar. Money problems continued following her. Following legal battles, prison time in 2005, and years of financial pressure, her debts continued growing. In 2018, Kim filed for bankruptcy, reporting millions in debt, including mortgage payments and unpaid taxes. Her New Jersey mansion also faced foreclosure, and reports claim she even borrowed money from friends to stay afloat. Despite continuing to tour, perform, and release music, the financial recovery wasn't easy. By 2024, she had finally settled a major IRS tax debt that had followed her for years. Today, Lil Kim is not homeless, but the years of financial struggles behind the headlines were very real. It proves that even one of the most influential women in rap wasn't immune to life's toughest challenges, and the next artist faced something even more personal, trying to build a music career while secretly having no place to call home. Tierra Whack. When Tierra Whack released Whack World in 2018, the music industry couldn't stop talking about her. The creative visual album earned critical acclaim, Grammy recognition, and made her one of the most exciting new artists in hip-hop. But while her career appeared to be taking off, her personal life was falling apart. Tierra later revealed that before the success, she had spent nearly 3 months without a stable home after moving back to Philadelphia. She relied on friends, storage units, and anyone willing to help her get through that difficult period. And housing wasn't the only battle she was fighting. Years later, Tierra admitted that the pressure of fame seriously affected her mental health.
Because I was being pulled every way, and all I wanted to do was have fun. So that drove me into depression. And for 6 years, everybody's asking me, Whack, what are you doing? When are you going to drop? And I'm like, guys, I'm still trying to figure this all out. It's so much. I didn't know at first, but
she spoke openly about going through dark moments and credited therapy, her family, and her faith for helping her recover.
Place like Anthony, I was literally ready to end it all, and
Today, she's back making music and says she's finally in a much healthier place. Her story proves that sometimes the biggest battles happen long before the world knows your name. Dee Barnes. Long before hip-hop interviews became a YouTube business, Dee Barnes was already making history. As the host of Pump It Up, the first nationally televised hip-hop show, she interviewed many of rap's biggest stars and became one of the first women to build a career in hip-hop journalism. But everything changed in 1991. After tensions surrounding NWA and Ice Cube spilled over, Dr. Dre assaulted Barnes at a record release party. The incident became one of hip-hop's most controversial moments. Although Dre received probation and community service, Barnes has said the attack damaged far more than her physical health. She struggled to find work in the industry for years afterward. Then in 2019, she revealed she was facing eviction and launched a GoFundMe campaign simply to keep a roof over her head. After the story gained attention, supporters helped raise enough money for her to secure housing again. Today, Dee Barnes is back working as a journalist, but her story remains one of the clearest examples of how quickly the industry can move on from the people who helped build it. Amina Buddafly. Millions of people remember Amina Buddafly from Love and Hip Hop New York, where her relationship with Peter Gunz played out in front of the world. But after the cameras stopped rolling, life became much harder. In 2025, Amina posted an emotional TikTok revealing that she and her 2 daughters had lost their home in Los Angeles.
Waking up in Germany after losing our home in LA. Me and my kids moved out of place, put our stuff in storage, or most of it in the trash, but some of it in the storage, and we don't have a home, y'all. But guess what? Thank God for family, because we're in Germany with my family, and we're gonna be here till I figure it out, because I will, as I always do. But the last couple of years have been so rough, working my butt off, not making enough money, end up losing.
Unable to afford the rent any longer, she packed up what she could, placed the rest in storage, and moved to Germany to stay with family while figuring out her next step. She later explained that she wasn't living on the streets, but she no longer had a home of her own. Peter Gunz responded publicly, saying he had been financially helping her and had even offered her a place to stay. Amina later acknowledged his support, but admitted that it still wasn't enough to keep up with the high cost of living in Los Angeles. Her story reminded people that reality TV fame doesn't always lead to long-term financial security. Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks has always been one of hip-hop's most controversial artists. After exploding onto the scene with 212, she quickly earned attention for both her talent and her outspoken personality. But in 2024, she made headlines for something completely different. Reports surfaced claiming she was being evicted from her Miami rental home after allegedly falling behind on rent. Banks denied the reports and insisted she had already moved out voluntarily. However, court filings showed that her landlord had taken legal action over unpaid rent. The monthly rent on the property was reportedly close to $7,000, making the financial pressure even more understandable. As of 2026, there are no confirmed reports that Azealia is homeless. She continues making music and remains active online. But the legal dispute once again highlighted the financial instability that has followed different stages of her career. Sometimes, the headlines focus so much on the controversy that the real struggles happening behind the scenes get completely overlooked. Fame doesn't always last forever, and neither does financial security. Which story shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.